Hello, it is December 30th at 11 in the evening. This is a reading for Eidas86, Reddit user. I understand you had a tough year this year in 2014. You're interested about learning about your love life in the upcoming year. I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. I'm also using the horseshoe spread, which is a 7-card spread, and one reason I really like it is that it actually asks the deck to generate the current card, which represents you. In most traditional readings, that's something I, the reader, would designate. So it really lets us know what the deck and what the universe thinks about you right now and your attitude about the situation, specifically right now about your love life, without letting your fear of being open with me about it or your awareness of where you are in the world and my interpretation of the information you give me to influence that selection. So I really, really enjoy it. First, when I dealt these cards, I definitely saw some cards that told us what was going to be going on. So first, we have two cards, Major Arcana, the Fool and the Star. Interestingly, the first card in the deck and very close to the end card of the Major Arcana, that is. And what this tells us is that another person or other people will play a significant role in this reading. Obviously, in your love life, that's pretty normal. We also have the Cups, which represent relationships and your emotions. So we're seeing that there. I'm also seeing some swords, which indicate some conflict. So that's something we can keep in mind. We're seeing other people, relationships, and conflict even before we start the reading. The first card we pulled is the Page of Cups. This card in this spread represents your past. And what this card is showing me is that someone in your past wanted your attention and they wanted your love. Definitely a great way to start out a relationship reading. The second card we pulled is the Fool, and he represents where you are with your love life right now. So what the Fool represents is basically the Fool is naive, he knows nothing of the world. We see he's gazing off towards this beautiful sunny sky. He's got a flower, he has his dog with him, he isn't aware of the cliff. What this card really shows us and is trying to tell us is that at times it's worth taking on that naive attitude. It's worth moving forward and taking the risks. The journey is worth it. So right now it's worth ignoring any of your doubts or your fears. It's worth moving forward and exploring the romantic relationship with someone who expressed interest in you. The third card we pulled is the Ten of Swords, and this card represents the hidden influences going on in your love life. So what I see here is a heartache. At first, this really seemed to conflict with the Fool, which is the idea of starting out on a journey almost with a clean slate, having no awareness of risks or things like heartache. But what I think I'm going to interpret this as in this reading is the fact that you've experienced heartache in the past. This is a very serious card, so it's a very serious heartache, and it's almost been holding you back from giving this person attention and from entering this relationship with a clean slate. Ignoring the fears and the emotional trauma of this heartache and moving forward is really what you need to be doing right now. But you're scared of getting hurt again. You're scared of repeating cycles. And you probably are aware of this, but maybe not aware of to the degree of how it's holding you back. So that's something to really think about. The next card we have, again, represents you. This represents where you are right now and your attitude towards your love life. And here we have the Seven of Swords. And what I see here is that you fear that someone isn't being trustful and someone is deceiving you. So I am the feeling that this instance or instances of heartache, but I do think it was probably one. This card really represents the fear of one specific relationship that you had. I feel that that relationship fell apart because someone was not trustworthy, someone went behind your back, someone was deceptive, and you're fearing that this new interest has those issues. Now, the Fool card isn't telling us to go forward because this relationship will be perfect and you won't encounter these deception issues. The Fool card is telling us that this journey is worth it. So whether you deal with these trustworthy issues, again, these themes that played on in this card, it's worth it to go out on the journey again, because whether you won't experience it and you'll have the quote-unquote ideal perfect relationship, or you have to deal with those issues again, you'll be able to confront them in maybe a more healthy manner. So whether it's just a good relationship or a learning journey, this is something you definitely should be pursuing. The next card in this spread is the Major Arcana, the Star, and this card represents what other people think about the situation. So this card, what I'm seeing here is that this card is letting us know that others think that you should rely on your intuition. Be aware of the fact that there are possibilities of trust issues and keep an eye out for them. Keep an eye out. See if they are actually going on or not, because sometimes when we have experienced that kind of trauma, that kind of fear, we can almost make it happen again in our minds. If you have those fears and they're validated, just address them in a healthy manner as we express maybe what this Fool is trying to tell us. But this card does show us that people in your life do think that a great love is coming your way. So they do think you should be wary, be aware of the fact that you yourself may cause problems because of your issues with trust, but they do feel that the true love is on the way. And I do think that that person might be this card if you don't let your fear of trust and being deceived interfere. So I really think what this card is more telling us is be aware of your own issues with trust, not that the other person is not trustworthy. I really get the feeling that it's more on you to deal with your fears of trust, not the fact that they may be in fact deceptive. The next card is advice in this spread, and here we have the Ace of Cups, excuse me. It's getting close to my bedtime. The Ace of Cups represents some great things in regards to this spread. So first, most importantly, it represents spiritual insight. So it represents you coming to terms with your fear and paranoia about trust issues. You fully understanding how much they influence you. It won't be a hidden influence any longer. And once you have that knowledge is power. It won't have control over you anymore in your future relationships. And we do see a new love. So what I'm seeing here really is you need to learn to work on those trust issues. Open up, understand that everyone will hurt you as you were hurt in the past, and you will be able to achieve true love. It's really emphasized here in the Star and in the Ace of Cups. So this Fool is really telling us it's worth it to move forward, start over, see this person as a new love, because they are. Lastly, interestingly, this is the outcome of the spread. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. This is the only card that, quote-unquote, I do not see fitting in this spread. Everything else is clearly about relationships and emotions, but this is really about money. So the Three of Pentacles represents a job that has been well done. You deserve to be honored by a raise or by just an accolade for how hard you've been working. And honestly, I think this is the card's way of recognizing that if you take into account what it told you here, that you need to fully recognize the hidden influences that this heartbreak had, how much it made you fear, how much it made you close off and have trouble trusting others. If you can recognize that, if you can stop it from controlling you and your love life, you can achieve this great love. And it's not going to be easy. That's what this card is saying. But if you do it, you deserve to be honored for it and recognized for it. So I do see a tough road ahead, a road lined with intuition and inner work to get over this heartbreak and the issues of trust it left. But I do see that this person, if you can deal with those issues and move forward in a healthy manner, It's a great love connection as emphasized by the Star and the Ace of Cups. Congratulations, good luck with your love life in 2015.